The way you love, trust, argue, attach, and emotionally connect with people may have started long before your first relationship. Childhood experiences silently shape the way the brain understands love, safety, rejection, communication, and emotional closeness. The attention you received, the conflicts you witnessed, and the emotional environment you grew up in all leave psychological patterns that continue into adulthood. In this video, you'll discover how your childhood may still be controlling your relationships today, often without you even realizing it. Today, we will talk about how your childhood shaped every relationship you have. So, before we start, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. 1. Childhood is the blueprint for adult relationships. Most people believe their relationships are shaped only by present experiences, personality, or compatibility. However, psychology shows that childhood plays a massive role in shaping how people love, trust, communicate, argue, attach, and emotionally connect with others later in life. The emotional environment a child grows up in becomes the brain's first understanding of what relationships are supposed to feel like. Parents, caregivers, family conflict, emotional attention, criticism, affection, neglect, and safety all influence emotional development deeply. During childhood, the brain is highly impressionable and constantly learning survival patterns. These patterns eventually become subconscious relationship behaviors carried into adulthood automatically. Many adults repeat emotional cycles from childhood without realizing it because those patterns became emotionally familiar over time. Childhood experiences silently shape expectations about love, trust, abandonment, intimacy, conflict, and emotional safety long before someone enters their first serious relationship. 2. Attachment styles begin in childhood. One of the most important psychological concepts connected to relationships is attachment theory. Attachment styles develop during early childhood based on how emotionally available, safe, and responsive caregivers were. Children who consistently received emotional support, affection, and security often develop secure attachment, where they feel comfortable with closeness, trust, and emotional connection later in life. However, inconsistent, neglectful, overly critical, emotionally distant, or unpredictable environments can create insecure attachment patterns. Some individuals become anxious in relationships, constantly fearing abandonment or rejection. Others become emotionally avoidant, struggling with vulnerability, intimacy, or emotional dependence. These attachment styles often continue into adulthood automatically because the nervous system learned them early as emotional survival strategies. Many relationship struggles adults experience today are actually rooted in emotional patterns developed during childhood. 3. Childhood teaches the brain what love feels like. Children learn what love looks and feels like from the emotional behavior they observe growing up. If love was connected with warmth, safety, patience, and support, the brain often associates relationships with emotional comfort. But if love was mixed with criticism, emotional instability, fear, manipulation, neglect, or inconsistency, the brain may unconsciously connect love with anxiety and emotional struggle instead. This is why many people repeat unhealthy relationship patterns later in life. The nervous system often feels drawn toward emotional familiarity, even when it is painful. Someone raised around chaos or emotional unpredictability may unconsciously feel uncomfortable in calm, stable relationships because stability feels emotionally unfamiliar. Toxic relationships may feel more emotionally intense or exciting, simply because they resemble old emotional patterns the brain already recognizes. Childhood emotional conditioning silently influences attraction, attachment, and emotional comfort zones throughout adulthood. 4. Emotional neglect creates deep relationship insecurities. Not all childhood wounds come from obvious abuse or trauma. Emotional neglect can shape relationships just as deeply. Emotional neglect happens when a child's emotional needs are ignored, dismissed, minimized, or emotionally unsupported consistently. A child may grow up feeling unseen, emotionally unimportant, or disconnected from their own feelings. As adults, these individuals often struggle with self-worth, emotional expression, boundaries, or fear of rejection. Many emotionally neglected people become highly dependent on external validation because emotional reassurance was missing earlier in life. Others suppress emotions completely because vulnerability never felt emotionally safe growing up. Emotional neglect teaches children to disconnect from their own emotional needs, which later affects romantic relationships, friendships, and communication patterns significantly. 5. Childhood conflict shapes adult communication. The way conflict was handled during childhood strongly influences adult communication styles. Children raised in homes with yelling, emotional shutdowns, criticism, manipulation, passive aggression, or constant tension often carry those patterns into adult relationships automatically. Some individuals become extremely conflict avoidant because arguments feel emotionally threatening. Others become defensive, reactive, or emotionally aggressive because they learned conflict through emotional intensity. Children absorb relationship behavior by observation, long before they fully understand it intellectually. If healthy communication, accountability, emotional honesty, and calm problem-solving were missing in childhood, many adults struggle to develop those skills naturally later in life. 6. Childhood trauma affects trust and emotional safety. Childhood trauma can deeply affect the nervous system and emotional development. Experiences such as abandonment, emotional abuse, neglect, instability, bullying, criticism, or inconsistent caregiving can create long-lasting fear around trust and emotional safety. Trauma teaches the brain to remain alert for emotional danger constantly. As adults, trauma survivors may struggle with vulnerability, fear intimacy, overthink relationships, expect rejection, or become emotionally hyper-aware of signs of abandonment. Some individuals become overly attached quickly because they fear losing connection, while others emotionally distance themselves to avoid getting hurt again. 7. People often repeat familiar emotional patterns. One of the most surprising psychological truths is that people often unconsciously recreate emotional environments similar to childhood because familiarity feels psychologically comfortable. This does not mean someone consciously wants pain or unhealthy relationships. It means the nervous system feels drawn toward what it already understands emotionally. Someone raised around emotional unpredictability may unconsciously choose emotionally unavailable partners. Someone who constantly sought approval as a child may become a people pleaser in adult relationships. Others may tolerate disrespect because unhealthy behavior was normalized early in life. 8. Healing childhood wounds changes relationships completely. The powerful truth is that childhood patterns are not permanent. Once people become aware of how early experiences shaped their emotional behavior, they can begin healing and creating healthier relationships intentionally. Emotional healing often involves rebuilding self-worth, developing boundaries, learning healthy communication, processing unresolved pain, and recognizing that old survival patterns are no longer necessary. Healthy relationships begin feeling safer as the nervous system slowly learns that love does not need to involve fear, chaos, rejection, or emotional exhaustion. Self-awareness is the first step because people cannot change patterns they do not recognize. Understanding childhood psychology allows individuals to stop blaming themselves for every emotional struggle and start understanding the deeper roots behind their relationship behaviors. In the end, childhood may shape the beginning of someone's emotional story, but it does not have to control the rest of it forever. If you liked this video and would like to see more like it, please give it the thumbs up, leave a comment, and click the button to subscribe.